Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to HVAC Shop Talk. My name is Zach Ciota. I'm the host of this whole deal. Hope everybody's doing good out there. We have a few people in the chat already. I've actually repositioned the chat so it doesn't hurt my eyes. And as I sit here getting ready for these shows, I realize that it is definitely time for an eye exam because I'm having some difficulty. In my 40s now, 42 years old, I've had glasses my whole life, and I know a lot of you guys are the same way, have glasses or contacts. And my vision up close has become bad. Even when I was back in the field years and years ago, whenever I would look at a thermostat or try to wire something up close, my glasses had to come off to do so. And every single monitor that I'm looking at now is right on the edge or the cliff to where I won't be able to see them unless I take my glasses off. And I tell you what, I don't need to be taking my glasses off when something's 18 inches away because we're in no man's land there too. So a lot of you guys can probably sympathize with that. I hope you can. But let's say hello to the chat here. We have Jerry Lockhart. We have, let's see, Blue Air HVAC, Justice for All, and Dustin Hendricks. Hello, guys. Hope you guys are doing really well. And I tell you what, just if you need to get a hold of me during the show, you can type in all caps, type HVAC Shop Talk. I have a little... I don't know, it's like part of the broadcasting software where this chat's showing, so I don't know if the orange will show up there. In fact, it probably doesn't if I can go back up to the top. Yeah, it doesn't really show there, so you type in all caps. That'll be good, but I'll keep everything open on the other screen too, just in case. This is just much easier to look at. What's up, Zah and Nick's HVAC? Nick says his eyesight is garbage as well. Mine is... I don't know, it was good for a long time as far as just steady anyway, and it just seems to have taken like a dump here lately, unfortunately. Just needs a new prescription, I guess. Maybe I can get some thicker lenses, be like my father before me. Man, oh man. Thank you, Blue Air, for testing. Now, I see the orange on the one screen. It doesn't appear on the other screen, so I will be able to see it, though, when I glance to the side right there. I appreciate it. Thank you for helping out right there. Jerry Lockhart says UV lights are hurting his retinas. I hear you. I hear you. That can't be good to install tons and tons of UV lights all the time and check them. Joe Martinez says, first time catching you live. Love the videos, man. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Live is what I love to do. So, I have my notepad here to, this is my app that I use. This is the elderly person's app. I want to let you guys know that I noticed that when I send out the live text notifications that a lot of you have signed up for, a lot of them come back as blocked, and I think that is either because you blocked me personally, which I doubt, as I wait. No, I'm just kidding. It's because a lot of the carriers won't let it go through because I use email to text. So I redid the form where you can put in your phone number and your email so I can send an email too. Just in case the phone number doesn't work, I can switch to the email. So any of you who have signed up and are wondering why you haven't gotten any of the alerts, that is likely why it is. I went through and there was probably 20 of the guys there that I needed to take off the list because none of them were ever going through. So if that's you, go back and redo that form again. The link is in the description of this video. If you have any questions, you can always text me at the phone number that I can actually put it on the screen right now. Don't call in just yet, but that's the phone number, 910-970-0043. If you need to get a hold of me, you can always text me. That's probably the best way to do it. If you can't get a hold of me, like I don't answer you within like a day or something like that, just text me again. I got to do something or I got all involved with something else and I totally lost your text. No offense meant, just feel free to text me again. So that's 910-970-0043. I'm going to take that back off until we do calls. So, Jerry's asking how to sign up. And, I could probably put it in the chat too, Jerry, if you want to get it from there. Because if you're on here watching this show, even if it goes unlisted afterwards, you can come back and watch it again. You can look at your YouTube history and watch it again. All unlisted means is it disappears from public searches. It doesn't appear on your subscription feed. But if you've already watched it, you can go to your YouTube history and go back to it and watch it again. If you do receive the text for notification, you can always hit that link again and watch the show. But I think I can probably find the link to that. Just give me 1 second here. Because in the description, there's links to the Discord server, the live stream notifications right here. And make sure, because I changed the form, but the same link should still work. So let me put that in the chat down here. And if you go onto YouTube, you should be able to get that. Hopefully that'll work for you. If one of you guys wants to test it, that'd be cool. and just let me know, make sure everything works, and it pops up right there. So who else do we have in the chat? Any more people? I think it's the same guy still talking. We got Joe added on there, first time catching live, which is cool. The skill trade up is going to be different tonight. I've been tweaking the skill trade up, trying to find the way that works the best for me and for you guys, because you don't want to be playing something and there will be like crappy prizes and stuff like that. And I've tried to do the best I can, but I am not a rich man. But I think I came up with a way that I can do it that kind of helps me out and makes it better for you guys. So we're going to have 10 questions. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. Nick said the link works right there. If you guys want to take like a moment and click that link, you can sign up for the live stream notifications. Absolutely, that's fine. I'm just going to be explaining the new skill trade up for just a moment, or you can wait till one of the breaks and do it then. So the new skill trade is going to be 10 questions like we've been doing for the last couple shows. And the 10 questions are going to be 4 easy questions, including a gimme, 3 medium questions, and then 3 more hard questions, or something like that. Maybe 4, 4, and 2, or 3, 4, 3, and 3, something like that. So instead of giving away tools, I'm going to give away a TrueTech gift card instead. So whatever tier you make it to, you can buy whatever tool you want then. So instead of me giving you something that you may or may not want, you can always be playing for something that you do want, because a gift card, you can buy whatever you want. Now, if you say, I don't want a TrueTech gift card, I'd rather have like a Home Depot gift card or a Lowe's gift card or Menards gift card or wherever you want, as long as it's feasible. I want you to, obviously, whatever you get, I want you to get something for yourself. I don't want you to get like something for your wife or something like that. Not to be mean to your wife or nothing, but you won this game. I want you to treat yourself. So Home Depot, Lowe's, TrueTech Tools. TrueTech Tools will be the default thing that I will give away unless someone just says, I'd rather have this. So if you don't say anything, you're getting TrueTech Tools gift card. And I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen how it's going to work. So there's going to be 10 levels. So you're going to go from $20 gift card all the way up to potentially a $250 gift card. So if you can make it up to that 10th question and win the game, then you'll get $250. So you get 20, 40, then third level 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, then 150, and then 250. So making it to those last 3 questions is really going to be like the goal, I think. You will have 2 lifelines, which I put on here too. 2 lifelines. The first one's going to be a 50-50, which I will remove 2 of the wrong answers and give you a 50-50 shot. The second one will be Ask the Chat, and I'll give the chat, hopefully I'll be able to put a poll in the chat. That's what I'd like to do. See how quickly that I can get that done while we're playing on the fly. But at least the chat could answer. So that should be pretty good as far as getting you guys a couple extra chances there during the game, because there are 10 questions. Hello to Duncan Brantley Allen. I am doing very well. Thank you, sir. Hope you are too as well. So I think that did the prize levels, talked about the skilled trade up. If anyone ever has any questions, you can always text me at the number, or you can email me at hvacshoptalk@gmail.com. That is cool anytime, because that's one of the things where, if I'm asleep, it don't matter. I just wake up and get it. It's no big deal. So hopefully that works for you guys. I think that's a cool way to do it. I got everything kind of planned out here. With my usually complexity, it's going to be difficult to pull off. With 500 hands here, there's 3 boards to hit buttons on, but whatever. We're going to try to do it because I think it'll be fun. So the first thing I want to talk about tonight, we'll do callers here in a little bit if someone wants to call in. But I've been seeing something pop up periodically. Whenever I've been looking at tools online, there's a brand of tools which I consider, just to be honest, second rate. They're like bargain bin tools. They're not really bargain bin, but there's premier tools. Like you have Testo, you have Field Piece, you have Yellow Jacket, you got Navac. Then you have your second tier stuff. And not like the Chinese Dewey gauges that I shot with the shotgun. I'm talking about some other second tier style stuff. I want to show you guys something that I think is very interesting. And I'm sure you probably heard of these things. It is Elitech. And the reason why I'm showing you this stuff is because it just intrigues me. I just wonder how good it is. I almost want to go buy some of this stuff and just see how good it is, which is something I might do. Because as you can see, I have it on the sale tab. Let's go up and I'm going to look at products, because they have HVAC tools and there's all different kinds. The one that caught my eye is the Intelligent Vacuum Pump. Now check this out. We scroll down here. Let me see if I can find, yeah, here. This is the Elitech SVP12 Intelligent HVAC 1 horsepower vacuum pump, 12 CFM, 2-stage with touchscreen. There is a touchscreen on a vacuum pump. Never would think that that would be a thing that anyone would want. What I'm thinking about, touchscreens are nice and it's cool. I'm just thinking about all the disgusting stuff, with the vacuum pump oil and everything like that. How long is a touchscreen going to last? I don't know. But there's all these interesting pictures. You see, this is the pump itself. I'll describe it for the people that are listening on the podcast. It looks like every other vacuum pump in the world, except for underneath the handle, there's a small touchscreen. It looks to me like just like an entry-level vacuum pump. The cap on the oil reservoir is a little bit different looking. I'm not sure what that's all about. It's kind of a weird orange, larger cap. Not positive why that is. Maybe it just needs a larger cap, and then it has a connection for hose. I'm not sure. I don't see the hose threads there, but I'm not positive. The next slide says view vacuum change in real time. So I guess this is like the Elitech BlueVac app we got going on here. I'm not sure what it is. It looks like a vacuum graph. I'm not positive. I don't want to speculate, but there's a Wi-Fi symbol on the top of it. It says you can record it. It's on the screen. It's wild. Hey, Randy Laz, we'll look at the scale in a second. If you have the scale, that's kind of cool because the scale to me looks like an old field piece model. Because I've seen these things pop up where people's old models, other companies will adopt them and use them, and it means they're kind of good, I guess. Huh. Nathaniel Crum says, I started my career with a $40 leak detector from Amazon, and it actually worked. I found several leaks before I was actually allowed to do leak searches. Pretty interesting right there. So it's not necessarily a bad tool just because it's a no-name brand or something. So that's why I'm so interested in kind of checking them out. Nick's HVAC says that thing looks bad, but I do have to say my Philpiece 10 CFM hasn't done me wrong, especially when paired with the TrueVac or the True Blue evac kit. Nothing wrong with that. I bet that just pulls a vacuum real good. So back to the pump here. It says system leakage level judgment. So it makes an estimation on leak rate, I guess similar to the BlueVac app, I'm guessing. So it's pretty interesting. It says when the vacuum is stable, check the leakage possibility from 0 to 100 levels. 0 represent uncertain leakage. The larger the number, the greater the possibility of the leakage. All right, so that's something. It says it has intelligent control, motor, and solenoid valve, a 4-inch touchscreen, a vacuum graph, data logging, estimate complete time, and leakage level. 1 horsepower, 12 CFM, blah, blah, 22 ounces of vacuum pump oil. Anything else on this thing? Nothing else popping up here. There's a couple of these different tools I want to show you guys because I just looked at these things and I was like, what the world? So I don't know, man, it might be the best thing ever. What does that thing say? Measurements here says 10.5 inches across. That seems kind of big. That seems like it's almost not correct. If you're looking at the front of a vacuum pump with the oil sight glasses at, and it's 10 inches across, that seems like that's too thick. Maybe I'm not thinking correctly, but that looks too thick to me. So it's 18.5 inches long, 14 inches tall, 36 pounds. Oh, she's a beast. 36 pounds. Good grief. Whoa, that is a big boy. The Navac battery pump is like 15 pounds. I think the field piece is under 30 pounds. I think most of them hover 30 or right below that. That's interesting. What a hoss. Oh, and they have all the different stuff here. All right, we're going to look at those. That is wild because they have these digital gauges, man. They're kind of interesting looking. I mean, to be honest with you, that's the thing about this stuff. Some of these things look pretty neat. Like you want to try them. It's like, well, this isn't Testo. Although the gauges, man, they look real Testo-like. They look like Testo got done with one of their designs and the patent ran out or something. Elitech's like, we got it. That's ours. R134 says it's 1 horsepower. It probably is that wide. And I was thinking about it, whenever I was talking about it in my brain, it's like, this is 12 CFM. It might be a hoss daddy. Good grief. Nick says his weighs 25 pounds. So this thing is heavy. But hey, whatever, I'm a big boy. I could carry it. We could carry the thing, but do we want to? I don't know. It looks kind of fun, though, doesn't it? So let's look at something else. See, that thing's $599. All right, so that's not bad. for some pump like this, imagine if one of the other companies made this pump, it'd be twice that much probably. But it might last longer. I don't know. Let me see if I can find some other stuff. I want to look more HVAC tools. The Manifold, that's what I want to see. Okay. Now check, let's go to the most expensive one. Here we are. The Elitech EMG-40V Intelligent HVAC Digital Manifold Gauge 4-way valve with Macron gauge transmitter. Macron. Okay. I'll look at the pictures first, man. I'm a picture kind of guy. Let's look at the pictures. So the thing looks pretty cool. It's got 2 analog gauges in digital format. I mean, it's like a screen that has analog gauges and digital numbers on it. Or digital numbers. It has saturation temperatures, has temperature on the low and high. Looks like it has buttons on it almost. I'm not quite sure. The off button on the side. And if you look up here where the temperature clamps plug into, that is a Testo plug right there. That looks like Testo plug to me. But you really get a Testo feeling. It says it does touchscreen, detail, and graph. So it is touchscreen. USB data export, leak detection. I wonder what that's all about. Leak detection. I guess that's like a tightness test. I don't think it's like the manifold is leaking. It's like a tightness test on a line set or something. It has an app, superheat and subcooling, blah, blah, blah. High temperature interface. Okay, blah, blah, skip. Has a bunch of different screens right there. Looks like it has a vacuum screen, different apps that it runs. All right, check this out. Is this not Testo, man? I'm looking at a black case with red little clasps. We have 2 clamps that look extremely Testo-like. It looks like they just took Testo clamps that were on the Overstock website, bought them all, and used them. Because the same sort of connector on the end. It looks like an old S-video cable, if you guys remember those. That's what it looks like. I'm not sure what the Testo clamps, the connector's called, but it just reminded me of an S-video cable. And it looks like there is a vacuum sensor that comes separately, which is nice. In fact, this whole thing is very Testo 570 to me. That's what it looks like. What do you guys think? Do you think this looks like a Testo 570? Because that's exactly what it looks like to me. It looks like it's just a souped up Testo 570 with a screen on it. And yeah, look at everything. It's even the Testo-like colors, man. It looks exactly like that, man. If I would just glance at this and glance away, I would be like, oh, look, Testo's got some, what? Yeah. All right, let's see what else. What else is on here? I guess that was it. So I wanted to show you guys that. That's $499. So the stuff is not cheap. It's not like they're giving it away. It ain't like a set of Deweys where you get like 2 for $1. Manifold is too bulky for me. Yeah, I don't know how big the thing is. Did it say how big it is? Let's see. That'd be kind of nice. That would be some good information. I don't know if they're going to tell us that. The weight of the manifold is 3.8 pounds. The dimensions in millimeters. Well, this is America, bro. This is America. So I don't have any idea what that means right there. So 254 millimeters. Oh my gosh, 25.4 centimeters. And then that's about, I don't know, inches. I don't know. You guys get on Google or something like that. Oh yeah, Mark was like, this isn't even probes. Why are we even talking about this? Hey, I actually agree with that. I like probes. But I thought it was interesting looking. I don't think they make probes. But now that you've said that, I'm kind of curious about it. Oh man, let's see. No, there's no probes up here. But I tell you what, they do have the new Z Manifold. For those of you who recall that brilliant device, let me see if they have digital pressure gauges. And oh look, hey man, look, is Appian missing something? Is Appian missing some wireless gauges? Because I think I found them, bro. I think I found Appian's missing wireless gauges. And they're only $159 now. We should have let these guys sell it to begin with. It wouldn't have been so expensive. For those of you who remember, during the smart probe craze where everybody was releasing all these low-distance smart probes, this looks like Appian's version of them. And they were just like 25-foot connection distance like everybody was when they started. Everybody had a short connection distance. Like when all this stuff started, I was like, hey, man, we're going to be able to like go 1,000 miles and we're going to be able to see our system from the truck across the street. You know, it's raining outside. We still let it run. We got the probes hooked up. They'll be fine. Now, it never worked out like that. I mean, the iManifold was the first one when the iConnect that you can actually have a little bit of distance in between you and the actual system. And then Field Piece and Yellow Jacket and everybody else is now on like the second stage of Bluetooth or whatever generation Bluetooth is on, the high range Bluetooth. Most people have a long distance probe set, but that's That looks like the original. But I don't know what it's going to say about the distance. That would be kind of curious. Free app. Let's see. Does it say Bluetooth? Bluetooth? Nope. Nope. I doubt it's going to say it only goes 10 foot. I don't think it's going to say that. Well, okay, no, wireless transmission distance is 30 meters. Let me put that back up on the screen. It says 30 meters wireless transmission distance. So that's a decent amount of distance. 30 meters. You know, that's like, I don't know, 75 to 100 feet, somewhere in there. So that's a decent amount for, $159 Appion probes. But that's not really the one that I even care about. This is the one that I care about right here. The Z Manifold Ultra 2. See, I like to use stub gauges. I think stub gauges are awesome. And this would be a nice addition because I souped up my stub gauges and I made them into, I used Robinair digital gauges because I saw NorCal use one. I was like, I didn't even know this thing existed. Robinair made little digital gauge heads. They made the same manifold that put the digitals on it, but then they sold the head separately. I guess the service parts probably for the manifold. I was like, I'm getting those. I'm putting the Yellow Jacket coupler on it, and I'm going to use them as test gauges, and that's what these things are right here. I love this. This is perfect for me. I think this is great. You can just take the temperature separately. If you want to hook up the whole probe set, then hey, more power to you. More power to you. I think that'd be wonderful. And these are only $70. So they're probably going to last forever. Hey, wait, never mind. It says down here solid construction. I was wondering about that. But it is solid construction, so that's going to be good, guys. That'll be real good. So Elitech's got that. It goes all the way up to, wait a second, 500 PSI. All right, this is the low side. Let me see what the high side does. It's got to be 800, I guess, probably. Come on, man. I'm trying to go backwards here. All right, where's the high side at? All right, here's the high side. It looks 800 PSI for the high side, and you got to pay $3 more for that. You got to pay $3 more for the high side, and you're good to go. And they have, looks like they have all sorts of different ones here. You can get the Bluetooth versions right here, I guess. Wait a second. This is a treasure trove, guys. Now I'm looking at the Elitech PGW 500, PGW 800 wireless digital pressure gauge HVAC 87 refrigerants. So you can buy both of the heads for $129, which is less than the other one, but you don't get temperatures. All right, I'm about to wonder about this. It's just pressure. You got to take the temperatures differently. So the other ones have like the saturation temperatures on them. Man, I guess it's not going to be perfect. I guess it's not going to be perfect. Yeah, I like smart probes too, Albert. I think that's the best. These guys don't have any smart probes, but they still caught my eye. But I've always, since smart probes came out, I was like, man, that's the way to go. That's what you got to do. But I wanted to find the scale, because the scale looks exactly like the old Philippines model. So that's what kind of makes me think that they just like take some of the old models and just use them. Yeah, here it goes. Okay, check this out. This is the scale. And that is for daggone sure. That is a field piece, right? Is that not a field piece scale right there? It looks exactly like it to me. And it goes up to 220 pounds. And I think Randy said he had the scale and he likes it. Jerry Lockhart says, my H10 broke twice and fixed it. I have a broken H10 I need to fix, because I think that is that's the bee's knees. That's the bee's knees right there. Anyway, that's the scale right there, guys. It looks, I think they just, I don't know. Ever since I saw like an Ideal meter, and like Lowe's has those Ideal multimeters, and I saw one that looked exactly like a field piece. I mean, it was a field piece model, like the SC76 or something. I was like, this is amazing. So if you look hard enough, you can find some of these old models, because some of those old model field piece meters, those are my favorites, man. Those are just the best. All right, let me see if I can put the chat in here, because you can see the chat at the same time. We're going to read through a little bit of it. I'm trying to, well, I'll tell you what happened. Before the show, about an hour and a half or so, my broadcast presenter here, which I hit all the buttons and the stuff pops up on the screen, it totally erased everything. But there was enough time. I was like, all right, it's cool. It's enough time. I can make that work. But I got to run through it again and try some new things. So I have the chat on the screen for a minute, and I hope you guys enjoy that. You can sort of look back on it a little bit easier. Let's see, Alicia, I don't know how you say your name, man. Alicia Zuniga says, I have that scale and I like it. Albert says, I still like Fluke meters over field piece. I like Fluke too. Fluke's good. Mark Beezer says, I have not used a manifold and hoses for anything but recovery in about 5 years. Yeah, the only manifold I used was the Yellow Jacket one, and it's a nice manifold, but I like the probes better. The Y-Jack probes, I've used the field piece probes, I've used the Man Tooth, the Testo Generations 1 and 2. What else is there out there? There's what are those things? The little green things that are awful. I don't even remember now. It's not good. It's not worth remembering. They're very bad. I'm trying to remember everybody because everybody has a set. Now, Sour Man has a set that looks like the Man Tooth. Like their current set looks like they took the Man Tooth design. I don't know how good that is because the Man Tooth was like a low distance deal. I don't know. So there's a lot of probes out there. What do you guys use out there? Go ahead and put what you use. As far as wireless probes, which one do you use? I bet most of you probably do field piece because field piece seems to be like the bee's knees for everybody. They're really good. I mean, there's no arguing about that. Field piece is good. They have a lot of probes. Testo probably has the most probes available, I think. They have a lot of variety of probes. They just have the lower distance. But it might not make a difference to you. Because if you look at Testo, and my gosh, we can go do that. Albert says, Testo, baby. Man, Blue Air says he uses his job links. Testos. Blue Air has the Fluke 325. I don't remember which one that is. Albert says he's got 5 manifolds that are Testo. I like that, man. Which manifolds do you have? Out of curiosity. Have Testos, but not happy with the range. Yeah, the range is not as good. The second ones are better. But in general, they're just not good. I'm going to bring up TruTech. We're going to look at what they have for wireless probes. Hey, I can interwoven some sponsorship stuff. Interwoven sponsorship stuff by Zach. If you go to TruTechTools.com, use the Shop Talk discount code. Hey, and it's really critical that you use it because, especially with playing skill trade up, TruTech is not giving me any gift cards. Let me just say that. I'm buying the gift cards you win. So the more you shop at TruTech and use my code, the better I look and the better that works out for me. And that's something that's pretty painless for you guys. So just, if you do go there, use the code and that'll make a huge difference. And thank you. Thank you in advance. So there's a whole section on, let me go back to the other camera here. We're going to the other desktop. There's a whole section here about probes. Here it is. So I don't know what everybody's using out there. I know there's like a big few probes and then no one else, it kind of falls off sharply how popular things are. So right at the top of the screen here is field piece, the job link probes, and I'm guessing field piece is like the number 1. I'm thinking. Sam Andrews says, will the discount still work with the gift cards? You know what? That's an excellent point. Whoever wins and goes to TruTech Tools, I'd love to know that. I would assume that the discount will work for the gift card owner, but not when you buy the gift cards. That's what I'm assuming, but you know what they say. I'm not sure, but I'd love to know what happens when you guys do it. Use the code anyway, if it gets you 0%. Just use the code, man. Field piece, and we have lots of field piece stuff. And then I forgot the UEI ones. There is the UEI Hub 8. They must have added something to it. It used to be the Hub 6, but now they have the Hub 8. Let's see here. So we have 2 pressure probes. Looks like a vacuum probe. 2 hygrometers. I don't know what this one here is. Wireless. I know what that says. Wireless outside temperature. Oh, that's interesting. So they have a wireless outside temperature. And, there needs to be more of that. We need the outdoor temperature too. So it would be nice to have more people doing that. I think you can just probably use one of them, like an extra one. But it needs to be built into the apps. Like if you have MeasureQuick, it's built into that app. But on their own apps, like their individual apps, I don't think it is. Probably with the Hub it is, because here they are. So let's see. They have those. There's another look at it. The vacuum probe. I had those. They were pretty good. You have to be a little bit gentle with the psychrometers because it's just a folding metal probe, and they work really well. In fact, the whole set works really well. The pressure probes, they bend at a 90-degree angle, but they are more cumbersome than some of the others. So there might be times when they don't fit in certain places, but fit better in other places. But they were pretty good. I like those. They had good range, too. Their range was probably something in between, greater than Testo, but not quite field piece, I think. That's if that makes any sense. So it looks like, yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff. I didn't know they had all that stuff there. You guys can see the wireless pressure probes are called WPP1. Better than WAP, I'm telling you that right now. Wireless outside temperature, I think that's a good idea. They should just have a wireless temperature probe, like an ambient probe you can put anywhere. I guess that's what you can do. I guess you can put it anywhere. But yeah, what's stopping you, I guess? You see, there's the psychrometer probes that have a long metal shaft, and it's cool because it fits better. You can drill like a 1/4-inch hole instead of some of the other probes out there on the market to drill a larger hole. But I mean, that's, I guess, not the end of the world. And that's how it folds up there. It folds right back in like a knife. So there's the Hub 8, which I think is nice. That's good. What else they got here? Let's see. What else they got? Shopping's fun, isn't it, guys? All of our women like it. Why can't we enjoy it? Why can't we enjoy shopping? Shopping for cool stuff, not stupid stuff. Like knickknacks for the house. Who wants that crap? Plenty of Testo. There's Testo everywhere. Let's see. Let's see. Where's the biggest set? There's probably like a Measure Quick set that has like 1 million things in it. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Testo Professional Smart Probe Kit for Measure Quick. Oh, yeah. And it's a promo. You can have this sweet stuff for $1,000, guys. Weaver Maintenance says, Robin Air Digital Stubbies, Testo Wireless First Generation, won them on Shop Talk. Weaver, you're the best. The S-Man for challenging calls, won the S-Mans on Shop Talk also. Weaver, you won a lot of stuff, man, over the years. You're really smart, Weaver. You're really smart. Blue Air says, I love my UEI manometers. I have a UEI dual port manometer. It's pretty good. I just got the Y-Jack one, so I'll be using it soon, hopefully. But the UEI's done really well for me. It's like the EM152, I think. All right, so let's look at these bad boys. So the Measure Quick set looks like a dual port manometer from Testo. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more. No, dual port manometer, 510i. You get the static pressure probes, probably some hose in there. You have 2 swivel tees. You have the Redfish multimeter. You have 3 pipe clamps, 2 pressure probes, and 3 hygrometer probes. So I guess you're doing 3 pipe clamps. You have your discharge pressure, a discharge temperature as well. And then you can do power factor and everything with the Redfish. That's pretty good. 2 pressure probes, and you have 3 hygrometers. And I guess one of those is ambient outside. Hey, Weaver, thank you, man. Over the years, Weaver's been watching the show for a long time. He's won a lot of stuff. And, it's been my pleasure to do it because he seems like a really great guy. Not that me and Weaver don't go to barbecues together or nothing like that, but he's been around for a long time, and I've had a lot of pleasure talking to him on the show. And say, Mark says, historically, UEI has meant unreliable electrical instruments. They've been pretty good for me. There were some issues I know guys were talking about with the DL429. It would have issues measuring multiple temperatures because they have a dual K-type. And it seemed like when they were measuring temperatures that were linked with metal, like both of those clamps were on metal, there would be an issue. Mark Beezer says, problem with the Testo hygrometer probes is that they are too short for a lot of situations. Otherwise, they are fantastic. Yep, I've used them a few times, and they've done fine for me. So far, so good. The distance was the inhibiting factor, but distance might not be too big of a factor. And you get all that stuff for $1,000. I don't know. Get to add it up, see if that's good or not. Testo 600. I saw 300. New Bluetooth range up to 350 feet. Huh. Interesting. 350 feet is not what I got, but I wonder if they've updated them since then. Is this generation 3? I don't know. You guys ever get 350 feet with any of your Testo products? And I know this is like an ideal situation, but whenever I tested them in the open air, for you guys who are familiar with this, I tested the Testo probes at the ballpark where I played ball when I was a kid because there's nothing around there. There's nothing. The ballpark was empty. I walked the field with them, and they were the worst of the 3. I think it was UEI went to the center field fence. So you're talking about 350, whatever the fence is there. Then you have the Testos, which were probably in the 150 range because they were 30, 40 feet past second base, and I think second base is 120, if I remember correctly. And then the field piece was all the way out of the park, and I ran out of room next to a drainage ditch. So field piece won the day, but UEI was pretty good. They were good. Nathaniel says, audio sounds good here. Hey, excellent. Appreciate it. Oh, audio is very low. We got to walk closer. If you walk away, it gets lower. You got to walk closer again. So if you leave the room to go to the bathroom, obviously it's going to be lower, guys. Come on. I'm just kidding. Take it easy. I'm joking. Mark Beezer says, yeah, the Testo probes have a much longer range than they first came out, still shorter than the current field piece. Well, I might want to test them suckers again. I want to test some of this stuff so I can kind of do it for you guys and so you can see whether or not you want to get them or not, but it's too expensive to do. So I might get like one probe. I can use Measure Quick though. I can get one probe at a time and assemble a kit made of all different kinds of probes. That's ridiculous, actually. That is ridiculous. Let's put the chat back up here. You guys can follow along with me in the chat here. So, anything else, guys? I might take a little break right here. I've kind of gone a little bit longer with this conversation than I was intending to, so we might have to go straight to the skilled trade-up. Was anybody intending to call after the break? I'll ask that. You can write that in the chat. And if anyone was intending to call, we might be able to take the call, but otherwise, I might skip ahead so we can play skilled trade-up because it is a special night for skilled trade-up. And I don't think there's anything else. Let me see if there's any of them oddball probes out there that we can look at real quick while I'm getting some feedback from you guys on what you want to do next. Blue Air says Generation 1 and 2 would not get connection in the attic when I used them. That is why I went to Field Piece, sold the younger techs for half what I paid to help them out, if you call that help. No, that's help. It is, I think. I think that's help. I think it is. Oh, here's the awful ones. I'll put those back up. We have the Refcos was the worst ones. That was the worst ones ever. They were bad. One of them was broken like out of the box, and then the distance was horrible. It was like 25 foot. So don't buy the Refcos. I'm not even going to spend that much time on them. I'm surprised they sell them for money. I'm surprised they even. They should give Refcos out. Like you could. I don't know. You just don't ever buy them. The Sporlan. Poor Sporlan. These products are good. These Sporlan smart probes are really nice, but that is way too much money. Dude, that is $600, almost $700, and you don't even have air probes. Now, these things are robust. I ain't going to lie. These are robust machines. They can handle refrigeration calls and extreme cold. They are essentially waterproof, I think. I think Ralph was spraying them with water or something. But, man, that is way too much money. It's almost like over the top too much money. Like someone's out of touch. Mark says never buy an electronic instrument or electrical tool from Refco. Pure garbage. Well, I can tell you those particular ones were definitely not good. Joe Martinez says, I like to test those because you can take apart the pipe clamp, buy an electronic instrument or electronic... Oh, sorry, I skipped ahead there. I like test those because you can take apart the pipe clamp and wrap it with tape instead of having to buy a bigger pipe clamp. Yeah, you can... what is it? Some people do have those larger pipe clamps or strap pipe clamps, and they do come in handy for guys who work on some larger stuff. And, yeah, I think we're just going to go to the skill trade-up. Let's see if there's any more about the Parker thing, man. You know, I hate to say that they're overpriced because they're good. They're not cheap. They're charging too much for them. It just seems like it's overkill because Sporlan also has these second generation ones, which are long distance. And I've used both of these sets and they're really, really good. But let me try to get back down here to them. The Parker Sporlan Smart Pro R temperature sensor, one sensor is $250. That is a lot of money. So if you end up getting in let's see, the pressure sensors, the temperature sensor is $250. The pressure sensor is $300. So if you put together a set of Pro R tools, you've got $300, $600, and then $1,100 before tax. Just about. That is insane. That cannot be. No one's gonna buy that ever. And they're good products. That's the painful part. These things are really nice, and they are built for like some pretty. I don't know. You can be crappy to them, and they're gonna work. But I don't know. Something they must not be pushing those things or something. I don't know. Or there's old stock, or I don't know what the deal is. I can't explain it. It's just not good. So, Albert says, I hope one day I can pull up to the site and check everything with a drone. Hey, we're getting there. We're getting there. Garrett Rush says, what up? I'm late. Yeah, you're late. You're about to hit the break right here. We're going to go to play some skilled trade up, I think. Refco's analog gauges, manifolds, other tools are super good. Yeah. So, let me bring that back up, guys, so you can see the chat. Is there any other probes on here? I don't think there is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the skill trade up. I'm gonna have a little break here. We're gonna do our sponsor stuff. I had a little fun Mr. Cool thing, but I might save that for the next show, like a little something funny or what I think is funny. But I might I'll save that for the next show. We'll do some sponsors. I'm going to put a link in the chat. Okay, guys? So as soon as you see that link, make sure you hit it because the skill trade-up is going to be some fun stuff tonight. We have 10 questions. You can win up to a $250 gift card from TruTech Tools or wherever. Bed Bath & Beyond, whatever you want, I guess. But TruTech Tools, please. Yeah. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to put the link in there. As soon as you see it, hit it so you make sure you're the first one in here because it goes pretty quick. I also want to thank, it looks like Alicia Zuniga subscribed during the show. Appreciate it. Welcome to HVAC Shop Talk. A lot of fun here. I'm glad you subscribed. It'll be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun after the break, and I will be right back, guys. Company Cam is the only app every contractor needs. Document your jobs, communicate with your crews, cover your company's butt. Every photo and video taken with Company Cam is always attached to a project, geotagged, date and time stamped, and user attributed. With Company Cam, you can impress your customers by showing them real-time progress, give them a full scope of your work, and show the proof at the times when you need to. Company Cam is also compatible with many, many different integrations, including apps like Jobber and House Call Pro. You can try Company Cam for free for 14 days, so head over to companycam.com to learn more. Our sponsor, NAVAC, is running a promotion from May the 1st all the way till September 30th of this year, and when you purchase a qualifying vacuum pump, you get 2 free products. You choose 2 out of the following 3. The NHB1 3/8 inch to 1/4 inch evacuation hose, the NHB2, the 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch evacuation hose, or the NVR1 core remover. So there's 2 really nice free items every time you get one of the qualifying vacuum pumps. You can find out more at NAVAC Global, and you can purchase these things at TruTechTools.com, but use our Shop Talk discount code if you purchase from TruTech to save 8%. Workwithyourhands.com is a web page that hooks up people looking for jobs with great trade jobs. On the screen right now, I just have a few of the positions available in Durham, North Carolina. Service technicians, HVAC installers, there's some plumbing stuff, electrical stuff. Pretty much all the different skilled trades. Jobs are open all across the nation, and there's no reason not to take a look if you're looking to make a move. It's workwithyourhands.com, and you can find links in the description of this video to your next job. This program is brought to you by Yellow Jacket, and this is the Yellow Jacket Wireless Refrigerant Charging Scale, part number 68864. Has a 220-pound capacity, a large platform. It's easy to carry, has a handle built in. I've been using this one for a while. Bluetooth connection. There's no screens on it. You just turn it on. It links up to your phone, and you can watch it from the YJack View app. A really nice and very durable scale. This is the 68864 Wireless Refrigerant Charging Scale from Yellow Jacket. Alrighty, we are back, and there are quite a few of you guys down there. Some familiar faces. So what I'm going to tell you is when the first person comes up here, don't go anywhere because you never know what's going to happen. We don't want to wish ill on anybody, but if they crash and burn, hey, you're up next. You know what I'm saying? So be prepared because we've had a lot of crashing and burning, so it's not uncommon here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring our first person in. What a shocker. The person whose internet must be faster than everybody else's in the whole world. And justice for all. You better win this thing this time, man.
Hey, man, what's up?
Oh, nothing. I'm just chilling here. I'm ready for you to win something. Are you ready to win?
Yeah, I am. I'm in a little better mood. It's been 2 weeks and 1 day since the wife passed. And
I mean, now we really want you to win now. We need you to win.
Yeah, starting to get back to my groove where my brain's kicking in instead of being in a fog.
Well, that might work good for you tonight. I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. I know that's a tough road. So now that you're in the clear, brain fog-wise, are you ready to bring home some victory?
I hope so, buddy. I hope so.
Hey, we're about to find out. Here we go. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the chat off for you chat guys. If he wants to use Lifeline, which I'll explain in just a moment, you guys might be back. But until then, goodbye. And see you later. And we'll see you when you come back. So Like I was saying before, we do have 2 lifelines. The lifelines are 50-50. I will remove 2 wrong answers and give you a 50-50 shot. And actually, you can use both of these. Ask the chat. The chat will vote on which answer is correct, and the chat is right 54% of the time. So sometimes the chat will, they'll try to knock your legs out from underneath you. But if you know the right people, you know who to listen to. So that's a good thing. And if you do crash and burn, I see 4 other dudes waiting to play this game. So,
well, they might have a shot with my track record here lately.
Everybody's down the line. You never know. You might go 10, but you can stop at any time, okay, and keep what you've won. All right. No one seems to listen to me when I say that, but you can stop. It is okay. You can stop. It'll be fine. But,
I understand.
Let's go ahead and get started. Your first question is what I call the gimme. The gimme question is just that. It's a gimme. So let's see how you do on our first question. You're playing for a $20 gift card from TruTech Tools, Bed Bath & Beyond, wherever you want. Here we go. These are used to filter air in an HVAC system. A, filters. B, Tom Hanks DVDs. C, insulation from the crawl space. Or D, chicken feathers.
Well, I know which answer it is, but I got to make a comment. The insulation for the crawl space, I've seen that in a few persons. I think they tried to use it as a filter.
So is it the filter? And
yeah.
It's the filter. I changed noises too. I put that noise in a different spot. I think it's perfect. I was thinking about the same thing when I made that question. I was like, insulation from the crawl space. Someone's going to be thinking, yeah, that would probably work. That would probably work.
Like I said, I've over 40 plus years, I've seen some strange things.
Hey, people, my dad's motto used to be make it work. And so someone made it work that day. That's what happened. So you've won $20. All right. Now you're going to be going for a $40 gift card. You're doubling your money. Okay. So instead of buying, I don't know what you buy with $20 from TruTech Tools, the little plugs for your combustion testing kit, maybe. So
maybe
that'll probably be about it, or some batteries or something. I'm not sure. So we're going to go to
maybe a pocket screwdriver.
Yep, pocket screwdriver, one of those little thermometers with the analog end on it, not the digital end. You can get one of those. Yeah. All right, here goes your next question, which is going to be easy. You're going to have a total of 4 questions that are technically easy. The gimme was your first. Here's your second one. You got this. When refrigerant exits a condenser, it can be described as A, subcooled liquid, B, superheated gas, C, saturated gas, or D, fractionated. I'll just sway my head to the music while you think.
Okay. I would say B, superheated gas.
When refrigerant exits the condenser, it exits as superheated gas. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Well, unfortunately...
No! God, please, no!
I did screw up. I meant... Oh, God.
Yep, you screwed up right there. It's subcooled liquid. Subcooled liquid.
For some reason, I was thinking when it came out of the evaporator.
Yep, I figured that someone would be like, "Yeah, it's superheated," and then they would hear themselves say "final answer" and go, "No, it's too late." But hey, what are you gonna do? Do you have did I ever send you stickers?
Yeah, you have it. I've got them on my toolbox in my van.
Oh, you got both of them?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, I was gonna give you some stickers, but that's gonna be. You want some more stickers? Or?
Sure.
All right. Give me your address after the show or whenever you get off here, and I'll send you some more stickers so you can put them all over someone else's toolbox too.
There you go.
That'll work. It's advertising.
Yeah. Like I said, the minute I said it, I go, "Whoops! Wait a minute."
Hey, it goes under. It happens. So you can try again next time. Evidently, you get the link faster than anyone else on the planet. So all you got to do is keep trying. It'll happen.
I just got new high-speed internet here in the house, so that made a big difference.
I do believe your house must be plugged directly to my house because that's the only way it could get there as fast as it does. But all right, I'm gonna let you go. Will.
I still got a quick thumb at 64 years old.
You must have. You must be practicing texting with a teenage girl or something like that. That's how fast your thumbs move. But, all right, well, I'm gonna get the next guy in here. call in again. We'll do it again sometime. All right.
All right, later, Zach. Bye.
Take care. All right. Next up, let's have one. There we are. Garrett, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Oh, I'm just trying to get a winner here. It's hard work trying to get a winner.
Finally.
We have a commonality in the trade is that we will not stop until we either fail or win.
Yeah.
So no one will stop when they have I bet when someone gets like $100, they'll be like, well, I really want 150. So they'll get like the hardest question in the world and crash and burn. But that's not you. You're going to be focused, right?
Oh, I'll try.
That didn't sound very confident. Hey, that's all right. That's okay. So we have plenty of questions left. You can go all the way if you want to.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the very first one right here. Guys, the rest of you guys hang on, though, because depending on what happens, I'm not going to, like I said, Garrett, I wish you the best. But if for some reason a fog sets in on you two, there's still enough questions for the next guy. So I'll say that. But if you go a few questions, then you guys are screwed. So sorry. But here we go. Here's the first question. This is easy. See if you agree with that. Condensing gas furnaces almost always have AFUE ratings of at least A, 70%, B, 80%, C, 90%, or D, none of the above.
C, 90%.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's the right answer. That's exactly right. So you got yourself... Nope, those are lifelines. You got those too. But $20. $20. You could be having $40 if you don't want to buy just like combustion plugs and you want to buy, I don't know, 2 packs of combustion plugs. Then you can get the next question right. Don't forget about your lifelines. You got the same two. You can use both of them. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Let's get another one. Here we go. Question number 2. Wait a second. That looks familiar. That's the last question. It's not a perfect science here, guys. Question number 2 for real. These safety switches protect gas furnaces from overheating. A, high limit. B, sail switch. C, float switch. Or D, flame rollout.
A, high limit.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, sir.
I'll be daggone. It's almost like you know what you're doing here, man. Well,
Sometimes.
you've gone the farthest in this style of game that anyone has yet.
Yeah.
Technically, that's true. So, $40. Next question, you could possibly have $50. Good grief. You could almost get one of them UAI multimeters. Thank goodness they're affordable. I think you're about $20 short on that, barring any inflationary changes.
Yeah.
So, we do have another 2 easy questions. I'm assuming you're going to proceed.
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we go. Question number 3. What is a zoom spout used for? A, clearing drains. B, oiling motors. C, cleaning evaporator coils. D, adding refrigerant oil.
Let me do 50-50 on this one. I don't know what that is.
50-50. What is a zoom spout used for? It's either going to be B, oiling motors, or C, cleaning evaporator coils.
I'm going to say C.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, sir.
Well, unfortunately, the fog has set back in.
God, please, no! No!
Oiling motors. The old zoom spout. Back in the day, the
That's
motors would
before
have
me,
oil
probably.
ports.
Yeah.
I don't know. I carried one with me because there were still motors that needed oiling, and they
Yeah.
have oil ports on them. So during preventive maintenance, you'd oil them. But I don't know how common that is now. A few years later.
I've never seen it. I've never heard of it. So.
Well, it's all right because your internet's the second fastest. So one day when Will falls asleep, you'll get here first.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's 50, 60 years old. So he might go to bed early one night and swoop on in there. All right, Garrett.
I'll try. I appreciate it, man.
No problem, man. Take it easy.
All right, man.
All right, so let me count how many questions are left here. See if we can do this thing. All right, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we can do it. All right. So it's up to you, Joe M. Are you gonna make this happen?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, the good news is, hey, you made it on here. The bad news is that we've worked our way through most of the easy questions. So you're gonna have one easy question, then mediums, and then hard. But I'll let you know. I try to make it easy this time because the easy ones are green, the medium ones are yellow, and the hard ones are red. Because I'm trying to say stop, keep the money. But we'll see what happens. So you're going to be playing for $20 on the gift card, and you have your 2 lifelines, which don't hesitate to use them. I mean, that's what they're for. You see, a lot of guys, they leave the show before they ever try to use them. So make sure you use them if you think about it.
All right.
And without further ado, here you go. Here's the first question. It is easy. RLS, Zoomlock, and Viega manufacture A, brazing rods, B, filter dryers, C, press fittings, or D, circulator pumps.
C, final answer.
That was super fast and super right. That's exactly right. So are you familiar with one or all of those?
I've been looking at the RLS stuff, and it seems pretty interesting, just a little iffy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's expensive. That's for sure. But it does work. I've used the RLS version's the one I've used because the original Zoomlock was made by RLS, and now Zoomlock's a different manufacturer, and RLS is out on their own. So I did use those, and they held up so far. So that's all I can say about it. And a lot of people have had success with them. It is expensive, though. It's quite the investment to get the tool and everything like that. So you got to really want it, and you got to have the application for it, too, for sure. So you got yourself $20 here. You're looking to get $40. You got your 2 lifelines right here. And you ready to roll? You ready to keep going?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. For the first medium question, here we are. The more excess air enters a gas furnace burner, A, the higher the efficiency will be, B, the lower the efficiency will be, C, the efficiency will not change, or D, none of these. Think carefully because some of the wording in here with so many efficiencies. And it's okay, talk through it, try to figure it out. He's thinking hard, though. He's thinking hard.
I think I'll go with B.
Is that going to be your final answer?
Yes.
Now, there's so many people here that crashed and burned on the second question. They didn't use any lifelines. I was concerned about you, man. I was concerned about you, but you are exactly right. The efficiency will be lower because as that cool air gets in there and gets entrained with the rest of it, it's just going to go downward, downward, and downward as far as efficiency. So, hey, you made it. You got, bam, $40. Double. We can go for $50. You see the difficulty of the questions you're getting. Is that something you want to do? You want to proceed to the next one? You got 2 lifelines, so you can use them both if you want to.
We'll go ahead and, yes, we'll go ahead and proceed.
No one's ever stopped, so why should you, man? Here we go. The second question here in the medium range. These kits may include springs, orifices, and fuel identification stickers. A, EEV, B, LP, C, defrost board, or D, none of the above. He's thinking again. Got that thinking face. I can see it down there.
B, final answer.
Oh man, you just come out of the blue. I'm thinking I'm gonna use a lifeline. It's like no B. Well, that was pretty confident right there, and you were exactly right. It's an LP kit for a furnace or gas pack or something like that. Will have springs and stuff in it. Different companies do different things, but you get springs or little stickers and everything, which everybody forgets to put on. And so you got it. You got I think you got $50 now.
Right.
And go for 60. You still got both your lifelines. You want to keep going?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep going.
All right. Like I said, no one's ever stopped before, so if you were to do that, it would throw me off a little bit. So, all right, here goes. Here goes the third medium question. Which one of these refrigerants is an HFO blend? A, R454B, B, R448A, C, R22, D, R507A. It's a lot of R's and numbers right there. I thought you were smiling down there, but you might be wincing.
Yeah. To be honest, the only thing I've worked with is R22.
Well, I mean, you could always ask the chat on this one. There's a lot of variety out there in the chat, or we can do the 50-50, but it sounds like that'd be a guess.
I'm going to go ahead and ask the chat.
Let's ask them. Here, we're going to take a little pause break here on the music. All right, we'll take the question down. Well, actually, we'll leave the question up. I'm going to enable the chat again, guys, and you're going to vote on which one it is if I can pull that off here. Let's see if I can pull that off. Making a poll, A, B, C, or D. You tell me which one you think it is. And I'm trying to do this as fast as I possibly can so you can help this guy out so he can win. All right, so you're going to vote A, B, C, or D in the poll that I'm putting up in the chat. And let's see. So you used R22. Well, do you think R22 is a possible answer?
No.
Let's see here. We have, let's see, I'm going to pull our poll up. So far, we have 4 votes. A's in the lead, but we'll give them about 30 seconds to see what they come up with. We have 4 votes. We have A at 50%, B at 25%, D at 20%. It's changing a little bit now, so we'll just give them about 30 seconds, and we'll see. Do you know what an HFO is?
I don't know the exact term, but somewhat. I'm still new in the field, so.
Well, it's definitely a new age thing, HFO. It's not as new for like car guys because they've been using HFO stuff for a while, but it's a newer refrigerant type. It looks like the chat's a little bit conflicted about it. We'll give them about 15 more seconds and see what they're thinking. They have 11 votes so far. I don't know. Maybe they're sabotaging you too. You never know. Chat's vicious, man. Hey, you know them guys at work when you go to the porta potty that park their truck in front of the door? That's the people in the chat. So it looks like here we have 11 votes so far. A has 36%, B has 36%, and D has 27%. So in the lead is A and B. Those are the 2 that are in the lead. And I just have an overwhelming desire to check something myself. So you get to think about it for another 10 or 20 seconds here while they're continuing to vote. Because for some reason, I am making sure I didn't have a brain fart whenever I made that question. Because I have, for some reason, it is in my mind. So we're going to have a little bit of silence just for a second. Yep, I tell you what, there's 2 right answers.
Oh.
I had a brain fart. There is 2 right answers in this question. I'm glad I checked that because I was sitting there looking up there, so I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So, I mean, this is a very good opportunity for you. So, A and B is tied at 36%, D is 21%, C is 7%. What would you like to guess?
We'll go with A.
Well, A is going to be a right answer. You know what? And B, that's going to be a right answer too. Because I added 2 of those, and boy, I brain farted on that one, and it worked out to your advantage. So you got it. So you got it right there. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 questions right so far, and you got $60, and we can move on to 70 because you still had the 50-50. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and move to 70.
Hey, he was really thinking about it. I should probably quit, man. Nah.
Yeah, I should, but we'll keep going. We'll keep going.
Forget it. Never mind. I'll be fine. All right, so here it is. Here's your next question. This will be another medium question right here, and you got this. Yeah, you still got 1 lifeline left. In the HVAC formula, BTUs per hour divided by 4.5 times CFM equals X. This is where you start getting filled with regret. X would stand for A, supply air temperature, B, delta T, C, delta H, or D, return air flow rate. So think about it. Do you need to use a lifeline? Do you know the answer? What do you think?
We'll go ahead and do the lifeline again.
All right, your final lifeline is a 50-50. So it's either going to be C, delta H, or D, return air flow rate.
Oh, that's a tough one. We'll go with D.
Final answer is D, return air flow rate.
Yes.
And unfortunately,
No! God, please, no! No!
it is delta H. Delta H is that answer. It is the change in enthalpy. And what that formula is the capacity formula. It's just in a different format. It's because usually you solve for capacity, but it just switched up a little bit. You did really good. Man, you did really good. Well, at least, I can give you some stickers, right? Do you have any stickers?
No, don't have no sticker.
Send me your address. I'll mail you some stickers because, man, that was a good run right there. And you did very, very well. And, in the following weeks, I might add a third lifeline. I think that'd probably be a good idea if I can figure a good one out. I'll probably add a third one. So, man.
Well, thank you.
Job. No problem, man. It's good to have you on here. And, don't forget to send me your information. I'll send you a couple stickers.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Man, oh, man. Guys, I know there's a few more guys waiting down there in the chat, and we're about out of questions. So we probably won't be able to do that tonight. Plus, to be honest with you, my little girl's watching my son up there because my wife's out of town, and I'm a little concerned on what's happening at the house right now. So they could be both alive. Probably they are, but I'd love to see it for myself. So what we're going to do is we'll come back next week, and we'll do this again. Actually, we'll come back on Tuesday, and we'll do this again. So come back. I'll make some more questions, and maybe one more lifeline. I think it'd be one more lifeline would be perfect if I had one more. I want, but if no one stops trying, they keep going and never stop. There's probably going to be a lot of crashing and burning at some point. I'm going to turn the chat back on, guys. We are going to wrap things up here. And cool deal. All right. Chat's back up. We can talk for a few minutes. That was a lot of fun. I do apologize about the question about the HFOs. I totally brain farted. When I saw the question, I was like, are you kidding me? They're both HFOs. But it's good for him because, hey, he got it right. Ask a Pro is, I thought about that icon on a bag of tag because I used to have a phone a friend, and we would call, like, back in the day, I know we've called Chris Stevens, we called Ralph before, but they had to be someone that's always available, especially during the show. But that's definitely an option. Mark Beezer says, I should try this sometime. I've got a college degree, 30 years of experience, and I'm RSESCM, so obviously I'm completely bomb out and embarrass myself. Mark, it's funny because, you have a guy come in here and he'll, like, fly by the seat of his pants and like, stop, and he'll have all this stuff. And then a guy that's accomplished with the credentials like you have will come in and, like, totally brain fart and die on the first question. You never know. Nathaniel Crumb says, what's an HFO? HFO is hydrofluoroolefin. So things like the 1234YF, 1234YCE, or whatever it is, those are HFOs. And the blends, like the Carrier refrigerant, which is the one I totally brain farted on, is a blend of like R32 and what was it? Because I was looking it up because I wanted to double check, and I'm glad I did. R32, R1234YF, which is the hydrofluoroolefin. And I guess, is that the only two? No, I think there's one more in there. R32, 44. Yeah, and a lot of them use 32 and one of those to bring the GWP down. That's the whole idea. They bring the GWP down into a region where everybody can be happy with themselves. Phone a friend. Yeah, phone a friend. You never know. Let's see. Olefin. Yeah, it's an olefin. It's a looser chemical bond that they use. It's just a thing they do now. It's a thing they do now. Call a Super Tech. I like that. Call a Super Tech is a good thing to name that. I'd have to have a Super Tech, though. So, man, Jerry says you do all the answers. Jerry, keep on coming back, man. One day Will his finger will get cold, or we'll have to say that you can only try once a week or something like that. That might be what we do. Maybe we'll do like you can only try once a week. That's probably more fair. So, because there has been parts in the past where certain people had an internet connection or something about it where they got the chat messages first, and they were the fastest. So that might be something we do. Might try that. Let's see. Call Brian Orr. Brian Orr don't answer my phone calls. Are you kidding me? You can't call Brian Orr. Got to call people who answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? I can call, some of my family members. They won't know the answer either. It's funny. They're in HVAC, but they won't know those particular answers. Yeah, Jim Bergman would be a good one. Jim Bergman would be a good one, and the Blue One hotline. That's a trip right there. Like, we're gonna call the Blue One hotline. We're gonna see how fast they really are. We're gonna see how fast they really are. Noah Enriquez, how can I get some stickers? If you want stickers, I can't give everybody stickers because I don't have enough stickers. But if you want to get stickers, and there's a few of you who really want them, I could probably do like a few people. So if you want to email me, like the first few that email me, I'll give them stickers. Plus the people who already asked. Blue Air says, ask Greaves. I can't get Greaves on the phone either. He works at NAVAC now. He's probably on a plane somewhere. A lot of these people are hard to reach, man. The more famous they become, the harder they are to reach. That's just a problem. See, we can reach a whole bunch of people who are brand new to the trade that have a bunch of wrong answers to give you. It's like we could have a question out there. Bam. An HVAC formula. Let's phone a friend. What's the answer? I don't know. That's what we're going to get from that. You can call Mikey Pipes is down there. He's got a YouTube channel. He's pretty famous now, too. He could be called. And let's see, Greaves. Yeah, Greaves, he's busy, man. I've tried to call. It's hard to get a hold of Greaves. Greaves only calls me when he has something to tell me about NAVAC. He's like, hey, do we got a new vacuum pump coming out? Want to try it out? Like, yeah, I do. I want to try it. That's what I do with Greaves. But Greaves would have a lot of answers. Brian would have a lot of answers. Let me think on it. Maybe I'll just do a third one. I'll probably do a third one that's different. I was thinking about pick two, where you pick two answers you think are correct, and do something like that. But I'll think on it. I'll figure it out, guys. And guys, I really appreciate you watching. If you have time, go into the chat and sign up for the notifications. You can put your text and email, and I'll send you emails and texts before the show starts. We have a lot of fun here. Hopefully we get a winner next time. That would be awesome. We are going to get a winner. Someone will win this thing because they'll say, I'm going to stop at $20, and we're going to get a winner that way. It'll be great. And I just thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. Next time I'll do my little Mr. Cool thing. We'll go back to my other camera. Actually, we'll go back to the chat. So I think that chat's actually old. I'm going to get out of here. I'll make sure my children are still alive in there. I'll be back on Tuesday night, 9 p.m. You guys come and join me. We'll have some fun again. Take callers that night. We didn't get to tonight. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more time for callers. I'm sure we will. But I guess I'm going to get out of here. And I will see you guys on the next one.